just say I was just in the halfway house 2 weeks, and then my mind is still into the negativity part of life. So, I found myself going back into the neighborhood, and then as I started looking around, it was like I wasn't using again. So these people looked different. They didn't look the same. They didn't act the same. I had nothing in common with them, and plus I was 40 years old. And I said to myself, where am I going to be in 20 years? I'm 40 now. I done wasted 20-something years. So where am I going to be in 40? Am I going to be in a nursing home? Am I going to be in a shelter? Or will I be? So, that there kind of gave me the motivation to start looking at what can I do to change. So at 40, I was telling this gentleman here, I finally went out and got my license at 40 years old. I was riding bicycles because I was too cheap. I didn't want to buy a car because I didn't want to get pulled over. But then things started to change. I started looking at life differently. I looked at my kids, my children. I got five children now. I got 4 girls and a boy. And at the time, I wasn't even part of their lives. My wife with my kids, it was a relationship built on drugs. That's what it was. And so I wasn't there, she wasn't there, so they ended up suffering. And so, I had to make a decision, and I told my son, which is her father, I said, I can't really change the past. You can be mad, pissed off with me as much as you want, but I'm going to be here. So I'm not going anywhere. So when you're ready, I'll be here. I'm not changing my phone numbers. I'm not doing nothing. So when you're ready, we can talk. I accept the responsibility of my actions. I say I'm not gonna blame your mom. I'm not gonna blame it, and then I'm not gonna blame anyone. I basically know what I did, so I'm accepting the fact that this is what I did. So.